What's up? Henry Olsen here from Super Simple Guitar. You can see it up there. Today I'm going to be doing a little Q&A, and this is something that I'm planning on doing once a week. So since this video is also on YouTube and on Facebook and in the Facebook groups, I just want to kind of explain here quickly what's going on. So I started a new Facebook group called supersimpleguitar.org, a closed Facebook group where you are invited to come in, if you're not already in, and ask me questions and also kind of communicate with the other members of the group. So my really idea and my vision and my dream for this thing is to have a living, breathing community of guitarists in kind of like the beginner levels, but also if you've been playing for a while, that's cool too. And just supporting each other and helping each other learn and get better. And of course, I'm going to be in there too to answer questions on a daily basis. So if you're not already in the group and you're watching this on Facebook, right under this video, there's a link to the Facebook group. Just click that link and you can join the group. And then ask questions there, and then your question will also be put into one of these Q&A videos once I make them. So today I'm going to get into 3 questions, and then next week we're going to do another 3 and so on, alright? Because if not, I'd be talking here for an hour. So question number 1 is from Mark, and Mark says, Henry, I'm having trouble playing with the pick. Every time I play with the pick, it flies out of my hand, and that really discourages me and makes me stop playing the guitar for weeks and months at a time. So Mark, and any of you who have the same problem, here are some things that you can do. So first of all, you want to make sure that the pick, let me try to zoom in on the pick here. You can see the pick is really, sorry, it's not zooming in on it. It's not focusing in on it, sorry about that. But you can see it's really deep in my hand. It's not, I'm not holding it like this. It's not way out, because if I'd hold it like that, it could just wobble around. See that? I don't want that. So I'm gonna put it deep in there so that only the little tip of the pick is pointing out. All right, so that's the first thing you have to do. The second thing you have to do is try not to come down on the strings too hard. I see a lot of beginners banging the strings really hard, right? You have to treat the guitar as if it was a lady, right? You don't want to go too fast. You want to be gentle with her. Take it slowly. Maybe get a bottle of wine. So you're going to want to hit the strings a little bit more gently, less force, and then what you're also going to want to do is, I hope you can see that, I'm not going deep in. See that? I'm not going deep in. I'm trying to just have the point of the tip brush against the strings, right? If it's going way in there like that, then I'm getting a lot of resistance. I don't want that. I just want the tip of the pick to brush the strings very gently. Alright, so tip number 1, make sure that the pick is far in there so that only the point is sticking out, the front point here. Then hit the strings a little bit more gently and try not to go deep in. Just try to brush them gently, right? And that should help you with kind of stabilizing the pick and help you from having it not fly out of your hand the whole time. Again, as a beginner, the pick will fly out of your hands, and it flew out of my hands a million times before I kind of refined this. So be patient with yourself. One other thing, don't be afraid to play with your fingers. Just take your thumb and just brush the strings. See that? Just with your thumb, just brush the strings nice and gently. There's nothing wrong with that. It'll make the guitar sound a little bit more quiet. And then you won't have all this frustration that you have when you're playing with the pick. So these are kind of small hacks, but if you really implement them, it will really make a difference and get rid of all that frustration which will then relax you more, and then thus being relaxed, you will play better. All right? So all this kind of adds up. So Mark, I hope that one helped you. Implement it, let me know. Let me know. You're in the Facebook group, so let me know. All right, so next question is, I don't have time to play. That's my biggest problem as a guitarist at the moment, right? So you're really busy. So this is what I'm going to recommend for the no time problem. I've had this problem a lot, and I think everybody has this problem because we're all busy trying to make money and our wives are bossing us around. The kids are screaming. So we kind of all have this problem. What I'm going to recommend you do, if you can, is that when you play, since you have just a kind of small amount of time, when you play, make that time count. So if possible, turn off the internet, turn off your phone, lock yourself up in a quiet room with no distractions, right? So that when you're playing, you're fully present and you're fully playing, right? You're not running after your phone, you're not checking emails, you're just sitting down and playing. If you're using the internet to just learn one song, then maybe close your inbox, turn off Facebook, so you only have that one video on of somebody teaching you, and just focus on that one lesson, right? So focus is everything. So that way you'll kind of get maximum output on the time that you have, right? Because you wouldn't believe the amount of time that Facebook and email and telephone distractions steal away from us on a daily basis. So if you can, try to eliminate all that and just really go deep into what it is you're trying to do on the guitar. And that will just maximize the result you get for that limited amount of time. All right, I hope that helped you. Next question, question number 3 for today, and the last question is, Henry, I have a hard time staying motivated. How can I stay motivated? So for me, I find there's really a lot of different ways that you could stay motivated. One really great way is to be in a Facebook group or in kind of a musical community, even if it's outside of Facebook, just so that you kind of on a daily basis come into contact with musicians and with people thinking the same way as you do. So exchanging ideas, exchanging thoughts, creating conversations. That's one way to really stay engaged with what it is you're doing. So another great way to stay motivated would be to go to concerts. So just getting outside of your room and experiencing live music will definitely, when you get home, you'll feel motivated, you'll feel inspired, you'll feel like learning some of the stuff that those guys were doing, because you'll see, oh my God, these guys are playing lots of stuff that I can't do yet. Let me see if I can figure out how to do that. So that's something that really motivates me, and it just gives you power. Concerts give you power, it gives you the energy of the musicians, and it just makes you feel how alive the music really is. So go to concerts, that'll surely give you a kick. Find a jam partner. Find somebody to sit down with, if you can, or a teacher, on a weekly basis, and just jam. Just play together. Play your song that you're practicing, have them play the song they're practicing, and just have that kind of weekly interaction. That'll also keep it flowing. One other thing that you can also do to stay motivated is to upload your videos either to YouTube or into the Facebook group here in the Super Simple Guitar Facebook group, and that will it'll do a few things. First of all, you're going to have to practice that song so that it's good enough to upload, right? So because you know you're going to be uploading it and showing it to the world, you're going to be motivated to practice it so that it's good enough to do that, right? To be out there. And then once it's out there, you get feedback from the community. So it becomes this thing that's bigger than you sitting at home alone. It becomes this thing that's bigger and it's outside of you, and now it belongs to the community, right? So getting that feedback also can really give you a lot of energy and motivation. I know anytime I'm practicing a song and then I upload it, it just gives me this really great feeling of, wow, it's out there now, right? And then that also motivates you to want to get that kick again and learn the next song. So those are my top tips on staying motivated. It's what I do, what I've always done. Also with teaching guitar, this is how I stay motivated. I try to create a community, I try to engage the community, I try to upload videos to the community and get feedback, right? So this is also how I feed myself even now as a teacher, not just as I did it as a guitar player. As a guitar player, I did the same thing. I'd practice a song for weeks and weeks, and then I'd upload it to YouTube and get the feedback, see it grow into something outside of my bedroom, right? It becomes real that way. All right, so those are my top tips on staying motivated. Those are the 3 questions for this week's Q&A. For next week's Q&A, leave your questions in the Facebook group or leave your questions on YouTube, and I will upload a new Q&A video next week with your question in it. Also, check me out on Instagram, Facebook. You're already on Facebook. Twitter, I'm doing all the social media stuff, so you can visit me there. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Get the free picture chord book if you haven't already gotten it. Thank you so much for your support. Leave me your comments, what you think about this video. If these answers helped you in any way, I really truly hope that they did. That's about it. All right, take it easy. Henry Olsen here. I'll see you in an upcoming video very soon. See you then. Bye-bye.